So today we are going to make a simple A-line off-shoulder top. A simple A-line off-shoulder top. So I'm working with half yard, 1 yard of material. Is for a small person. So let's get started. I've made the line already, so I'm just going to tell you what I did. So it's off shoulder. Because it's off shoulder, I'm minusing with 4 inches. 4 inches. I'm removing 4 inches for the off shoulder. So here I'm going to use the round bust, like the chest of the person. You are going to go round and divide it by 4. Mine divided by 2 is 9. Then I divide 9 by 2. Then it gave me 4.5. So this is the 4.5. This is the 4.5. After getting the 4.5, don't forget you keep minusing the 4 inches. Then I'm going to get my bust point, which is 8. This is my bust point. Then getting my bust point, I'm going to get the round of my bust point, which is 31. 31 divided by 4, I have 7.5. This is 7.5. Then I added 1.5 inches because I'm not going to put lining. It's a very strong material. Ankara is high target tone, so I'm not going to put lining. We're going to sew it like this. So I'm going to take my waist. Don't forget you will always remove the 4 inches. So getting my waistline. My waistline is 12. So the full length is 26.5. The full length is 26.5. The 26.5, that is where we are going to get our hip measurement, because the top is going to be long up to the hip side and it's A-line, so it's going to be free. So let's get to the bust, the waistline. This is the waistline. My waist is 30. Is 24. So because of ease, I'm using 25. 25 divided by 4. We're going to do 25 divided by 4. 25 divided by 4. I got 6.5 inches. See, 6.5 inches. Then I put 1.5 inches allowance. For the down part, which is the hip, my hip is 34. 34 divided by 4. Let me show you. 34 divided by 4. 34 divided by 4. We are giving 8.5. So this is my 8.5. Then I added 4 inches. Depending on how free you want it to be, I added 4.5 inches. You can put 3 inches, you can put 2 inches, and you can put 6 inches. Depending on how free you want it to be, you work on that. So that's it. At this place, you're going to see that I put 1.5 inches at this waist side, but it's too inner, so I have to bring my hand out a little so that it won't be. See, if we're going to follow this line, it's going to go like this, so it's not going to really make sense. So I have to just walk around it. So I join the both side, everything. See, you see how it went. So then you cut my clothes. My material is folded into 4. See, I'm cutting everything at once. Okay, so we cut. So I'm done cutting it. See, there's the back and the front together. So we are going to cut the sleeve for this off-shoulder A-line top that I just finished cutting. And I'm going to show you the simplest way to cut an off-shoulder sleeve. So we are going to cut a normal sleeve, then we'll convert it to off-shoulder sleeve. Let's get started. The length is 12 inches. So from here, from the very end, you're going to take 2 inches. Then from this side, you're going to get 2 inches. You can do 2.5 from here or 3, depending on how the armhole of the person is. So from here you curve, you make the curve. So you make the curve, can you see? Then this day you are going to measure the round sleeve of the person. To get the round sleeve, this is how you do it. It depends where the sleeve is going to be up to. This is what they call round sleeve. So the person round sleeve that I'm working with now is 14. Then 14 divided by 2, that is 7. That's 7. Then I'll just put small sewing allowance, 1 inch is okay. Then you carve down. Some people, when you do it, it can go this way. It depends on the sleeve that you're working with. It can go in, but because of this sleeve that we're working in, so let's confirm how much the wideness of this armhole, whether it's going to give us what we want. So 9 inches, and that is exactly what I want. But sometimes it may not be up to, then you have to adjust it to get the armhole that you want. So we are done. We'll just cut. We are done drafting the armhole. So I'm done cutting the sleeve. So our sleeve is ready. See? So we've cut the basic sleeve. So we are going to get the off shoulder part. To get your off shoulder parts, you just do the upper bust. That means your chest. You can also call it chest. Your chest measurement. My own chest measurement is 30. Then shoulder circumference is like this. You go round like this of your body, round. Then that's 36 for the measurements I'm using. Then you do the bust, the shoulder circumference minus the bust, upper bust measurement, or chest. You minus it, I get 6. Then you now say 6 divided by 2, you get 3. Plus sewing allowance, we have 4. So from this side, you're going to look for where you're going to get your 4. So this is where I get my own 4 measurement. From here, I'll just cut it out. Can you see? But if you want to go deeper, you can just use your hand to curve it in a little bit. Just use your hand to curve it in a little bit. So you see that's how simple it is to get your off shoulder. So this is the main material, like we are using lace for the sleeve of the top. So this one is just the draft. Just use it to draft it so that we can be on the safe side. The length of this material that we're using now is, let's check, is 16 inches, but we're going to make the down part to have gathers. We're going to show you the process to have gathers. Okay, to have gathers now, we're going to increase it. So we're going to follow this main fabric, our main fabric. We'll just to twist this out here. Okay, then we'll go this way down. We are tracing out it, so we trace the upper part too. You see, we have the cutting, so we'll cut it out. So knowing how to sew this off shoulder sleeve, we've also illustrated how to make sleeve, like proper sleeve, and using it to go off shoulder. So we're going to move down to sewing. So we want to start sewing. So we're starting with the sleeve. So we're hemming the part, the elastic side, the down part of the sleeve. So let's get to work. So we are sewing the elastic side of the sleeve. We have hemmed the both side, so we are going to put elastic. We have hemmed the both side of the sleeve. So the up part here of the sleeve, we are going to use bias to turn it, to turn the both side. Going to use bias to turn it. So let's start. So to close the bias, we've run through this, the one side down. Then to close the bias, you're going to hold the other side, close it this way, then you sew it down too. Let's start. So to get the elastic, the person round sleeve measurement is 8, so I'm going to cut 8. After cutting the 8, then passing it through the hole, I'm going to get my measurement. But you can put half an inch so that it won't be too tight for you to sew it here too. Okay, we're going to cut 2 of it. Then you use this to take measurement of the second one. Okay, then pick your safety pin. Pick your safety pin and push it through. Push it through the elastic. Then pass it through the sleeve, the downside of the sleeve, because we want it to have girders. You'll be careful so that the elastic won't run away. Yes, it can run away, and then you have to start doing it all over again. You have to be careful securing this side of the elastic that you are passing it through. So you do this same step for the other side of the sleeves too. See, you have to, yeah, see, I say we have to be careful. I have to put it all over again. Can you see what I mean? Thank God that it even out. So I've repassed the elastic. You see, it went off, so I've repassed it. Then now we're going to sew. You will know the inches that you are sewing with. So me, I'm just sewing with half an inch. Oh, sorry, my thread has finished on that, so I have to reel another one. So I've reeled a new thread on that. We can start sewing now with an half inch straight down. Make sure that your elastic is secure. Then you go straight down. You close it. So we are doing the off shoulder. We're going to join the up parts. You can see how I joined this. I use bias to join it, so to make it smooth. So I'm going to do the other side. You're going to see how I achieve that. So you keep doing this stitching straight down. So that's how you work with bias. So we are done with the upper parts. So we are going to join it. So you are going to turn back side, the right side. We're going to face each other for us to join the both side. Now we are taking the shape of the clothes, but because I've known the measurement and everything I work with, so it's just half inch I need to get from both sides. So I'm working with one side now. Let's get started. So we are stitching one of the side. So this, you'll be straightening the clothes while you are working with it, especially where there is no light. So you take your shape, But if you are not sure of the measurement, you have to take the measurement again to confirm. But I'm very sure, that's why I don't need to take the measurement again to confirm the allowance to use. Okay, then you stitch it. So you are going to do the same thing to the other side too. So guys, I've done this side, the other side. So I didn't close this place because I'm going to show you something. So we are going to hem the side, the downside of the clothes. That's what we are working on now. We're going to hem it round. So let's get started. Stitching it now. The downside, that's what we are working on. So that's how you stitch it all through. Don't do any parts of the downside. So we are going to close this side, this other side that we opened down. We are going to close it now. When you do it this way, it's finer. So that's why I love doing it this way. So we stitch back. So we're going to stitch it. So we are done with this. So we're going to fix the sleeve now. Okay. Sleeve now, the off shoulder sleeve. This is how you join this one. So you make sure that the meeting points of the sleeve and the clothes is together. So we stitch it. Don't forget to be stitching. So we go round. Going round. That's the same way that you do the other side too. The same way I'm doing this. So you make sure that you arrange it so that it won't pack. You need to be arranging it. So also stitches. So we are done. Let me show you how it looks. So this is how it is. See? So this is how it is. So I'm going to do the other side the same way I did this side just now. Okay, so far we have come to the end of this off shoulder top that we make. So I'm going to wear it soon and show you how it looks. So far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Instagram at kayland, on Instagram too at K Ankara store, which is for the Ankara prints. So take care of yourself and have a lovely day.